By the authority invested in me, I hereby declare this meeting of the Conshohocken Borough Council duly open and ready to conduct any business that may come before it. It is on. Okay.
Can't hear you.
Sorry. Tina, do you have a prayer for council?
I'm gonna
Ben for prayer for council?
O divine Master, in deep humility, we place ourselves, our thoughts, and our plans in thy hands. We beg thee to fill our minds and our wills with the gifts of wisdom, understanding, counsel, fortitude, knowledge, and piety. Help us not think of ourselves or personal desires, but rather consider the responsibilities laid upon us. Help us to promote as far as possible the welfare of our people and to treat them with impartiality and justice. Grant us the power to set a good example in thought, word, and deed, so that thy blessings will be showered upon us and the people we represent. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Checo, if you could do roll call, please.
Yes, President Leonard. Councilmember Totino?
Present.
Councilmember Griffin?
Here.
Councilmember Kingsley?
Present.
Councilmember Barton? Here. Councilmember Stokely?
Here.
Vice President Sokolowski?
Here.
President Leonard?
Here.
Mayor Aronson?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph. Prior to the meeting, council held an executive session on legal, personnel, and property matters. The first item on the agenda is presentations. Jackie Pierce and Andrew Carlin, if you could come up to the table, please. So, first, I would like to thank you for working so diligently with the borough to finalize a historic fire services agreement for the Borough of Conshohocken and the two fire companies. Because of COVID, we couldn't do an in-person signing, so tonight we're going to take the opportunity to do a ceremonious one with everyone on this historic agreement. Okay, so thank you guys for your service, and I'd also like to thank Ray Sokolowski for all of his hard work in getting this agreement done. So, thank you guys. Got the agreement too.
All right, everybody look up and pose at Brittany. Yay. Great, and then just get one with Andy with the pen too. All right, so. Nope, so at this point, everyone has signed it. The agreement was processed in July of 2021. It was a historic moment for the Borough of Conshohocken, and again, we just like to thank both Jackie, Andy, Borough Council, the entire fire department, Ray Sokolowski, our fire chief, Tim Gunning, for getting us to this point. To thank you very much, and I'm going to start the standing ovation.
Oh, he's outside. Oh, he's ready for the next part. That's cool. The next item on the agenda is presentation of fire services commendations. Mr. Sokolowski, if you could come up to the front, please.
Mr. Gunning's actually going to.
Oh, Mr. Gunning's going to do it. Tim, if you could come up.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank all the members of the fire department for all the time and effort they have put into all the training in the last 2.5 years to build them to where they're at now. It's incredible. Water rescue, high-rise training, rope rescue, any kind of training that we could build on in the last 2.5 years, we have done it and accomplished it. And with all that, we've brought a lot of new members in with the programs that we're running. And as the fire chief, I'm happy to stand here today and I'm thankful for what we have for the membership. So it's remarkable to see what the operation along the river the night of Ida and what we put together down there. It's hard to put in words, but I really thank all the members for what they have done and their time and dedication to the fire department.
Tim.
So at this point, we're going to begin the actual commendation ceremonies. We'll start with the June 9th, 2021 event that happened in Plymouth Township. So this letter of commendation recognizes the life-saving actions of the Conshohocken Fire Department, including both career, volunteer firefighters, and water rescue personnel. On Wednesday, June 9th, 2021, heavy rainfall and storms impacted the area, causing swift and severe flooding. The Conshohocken Fire Department and its water rescue personnel were dispatched to 1250 Conshohocken Road for rescue of an occupant trapped in a vehicle under the railroad bridge. The water was up to the windows and rising to fully submerge the car. The following individuals worked quickly and bravely to rescue the trapped occupant from the flood, and for that, this evening, we are commending you for your service. The following individuals: Tim Gunning, Dave Murphy, Dan Costello, Steve Young, Chris Dixon, Drew Ingverston, Mike Yingling. The Borough of Conshohocken Council and Mayor congratulate and thank you for a job well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you.
But we're not done. The next commendation is a commendation recognizing the life-saving efforts of the Conshohocken Fire Department and Water Rescue Unit, Station 55. This letter of commendation recognizes the life-saving actions of the Conshohocken Fire Department, including both career and volunteer firefighters and water rescue personnel. On Wednesday, September 1st, 2021, the remnants of Hurricane Ida moved through our area, sparking tornadoes, flash flooding, and unprecedented river flooding. The Borough of Conshohocken experienced water rising levels at levels of 10 feet or more above the floodplain and 3 feet above the highest levels ever recorded. Over the course of 48 hours, the Conshohocken Fire Department responded to over 60 calls throughout the borough. During the flood, the Conshohocken Fire Department and its water rescue unit dispatched to the Marriott Residence Inn Hotel to rescue and evacuate multiple occupants trapped in the hotel. The following individuals worked swiftly and effectively to evacuate over 100 hotel occupants without incident or injury by rescue boat and high water vehicles. The following individuals are commended for their service: Tim Gunning, Dave Murphy, Leo Costello, Dan Costello, Calvin Perlman, Robert Curl, Steve Young, Bob Phipps, Nate Bartholomew, I think I said that right, John Costello, Kristen Davis, Gary Davis, Chris Dixon, Ed Dune, Tim Fleming, Drew Inbergstein, Gus Camp, Bridget Reed, Tom Sesko, Taylor Verbickus, Dave Young, and Mike Yingling. On behalf of the Borough, we thank you for your service. We'll end with a round of applause. Well, thank you, and that concludes our commendation ceremonies for this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Bill.
Thank you.
Keith does good work. If it's the corner of my nose. Yeah. I couldn't get anybody else out. Yeah. That's awful.
ABC News does. As they should. And the footage they use to bank ABC.
So-and-so used to be in all the time, council chambers all the time, years ago. Yeah, no.
Hey, madam.
The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. The first item, there are two items. The first is approve and adopt the October 6th and October 20th regular meeting minutes. The second is approve the October ending treasurer's report and accounts payable. So I'd be seeking from council the first motion to approve and adopt the October 6th and October 20th regular meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. The next, we will be asking for council is a motion to approve the October ending treasurer's report and accounts payable in the amount of $580,030.37. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And a second, thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda under new business is to conduct interviews for board and commission reappointments. Holly Host was scheduled to interview this evening and is not feeling well, so we will schedule her interview for December. So we will go to Felix Raimondo for the Sewer Authority Board. Felix, if you could come up. Yep, or up at the podium or the table, whatever you prefer. Good evening. How are you? Good. Thank you for your interest in serving on the Sewer Authority again. So Felix, explain your time to date serving on the Sewer Authority and why you want to continue to serve.
Time to date on the Sewer Authority. So when I first arrived on Sewer Authority,
Mhm.
it was a different situation. We had some mismanagement issues, we had some other items that we needed to clean up. There was theft, there was low morale. So it took some time, but we put some policies in place and some practices, identified people that were going to be of value and promote them. And so we gradually changed the situation down there from one of, I'd say, chaos to one of today where it's functioning very strongly. I think you're meeting the mission down there. And I think it starts with the culture of the board. I think as a board member, we try to promote a culture of respect and value and appreciation for all the employees down there. And that reflects in high-quality work performed. And they've been fantastic at meeting the goals. And I think the culture of support that they get from the board is what drives that. We had very low, we had one violation this year, and that was just a tweak of out of tolerance, which nothing came of it from the DEP. And, this is coming out of a pandemic. These guys did really good down there in the pandemic, and I think it's the support from the board.
Right.
And the policies we put in place, and the fact that we value them. We have gone 1,700 days without an accident, and that is a remarkable accomplishment. In fact,
is.
we'll be receiving an award from the Association of Pennsylvania for their high-quality work. And that's where we set the expectation, like we want them to do things right.
Right.
And we'll give them the resources needed. So I think that's my participation on the board with the other board members have set the culture down there that high expectations, and they have.
Okay. Anyone else on council have a question?
Felix, when did you first start down there?
February 2008.
Wow. Are you still as passionate about it when you first started now as when you first started?
I am. It's an interesting opportunity down there that it's continuously learning, and that's when you like something, you get interested in it, and that interest has not waned. I mean, when we were down there in the beginning, it was putting out fires that are the hottest and brightest closest to you. Now we're looking forward. We're looking into the future to meet the needs of our community. We're being proactive on our capital improvements. We have strong financials. We have development of personnel. We're looking at the next challenges, and one of them would be the environment. You saw tonight the fire rescue. We had historic floods come through there. These are the things that are on our radar right now. How can we be prepared? So yes. In the beginning we had odor issues. Now we have an odor control system. I'd like to take some credit and with the board that made that happen. And again, it's all with our community. Because I think our community values what we do down here and what we bring to as good stewards of an asset that is very much essential. It's essential to growth. It's essential to environment. It's a critical infrastructure.
Thank
So
you.
yes, I'm just as passionate. I hope that came through.
Yes, thank you.
I'm looking for the next
Cool.
opportunity to continue to serve.
Cool.
Felix, moving forward, how do you see the board of the Sewer Authority and the borough working collaboratively to move forward and to ensure that we are meeting the needs of our residents together?
Absolutely. I think it starts with communication. I think that we need to make sure that we're all informed. I'm one to pick up the phone and call you guys and let you know that. I'm one to making sure you guys are abreast of situations that we face down there. So that's one thing, communication. And moving forward, there is opportunity to collaboration. There's opportunities to resources that are in play to make sure that when we're not going back and turning a stove over twice to do something that would have been easier if we all worked together and got it done for us. So that's work smarter. Hard work down there.
So, Felix, in response to that answer, I'm just going to go with this question because I'm assuming you're referring to working with the borough.
Yes.
Okay, so what are your feelings regarding the collaboration with the borough, the sewer authority, with the MOU?
Would be,
The memorandum of understanding.
Yes, MOU.
so there's things I like about the MOU, I'll be very frank. There's some things that I have concerns with, but I think overall, I think it's a positive step.
Mhm.
I mean, when we had this discussion a couple of years ago, I looked at it as a team, and that, if we're digging up a street to fix lines, there's opportunities, right? We go in once, if there's other work, and then, we're sharing a collaborative effort, maybe, for a street repaving project. There's assets down there on the MOU that aren't being utilized by us right now, say the salt shed. Absolutely. That salt shed was built, I think in the mid-90s, if I'm correct, when there was a salt shortage, and so, we had an opportunity with an unused parcel of land, built a salt shed. Now, turn that over to the borough, that makes sense. There's other things in the MOU that I think, maybe further discussion, maybe some understandings, and I can work through those items.
Okay,
But overall, I think it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, absolutely.
thanks.
Okay.
Anyone else on council have a question?
Yeah, I do. In your opinion, how does the existing board ensure that all board members are part of the decision-making process? And do you think it is working well as designed, or what improvements could be made on it?
I think that as a board, we're functioning well. I have to say, it's been a challenging 2 years. I think it's been a challenging 2 years for everybody. So, Zoom gets the job done. Is it the most efficient way to conduct meetings and collaborate? Probably not, but I think we made it through it, and we're ready to get back to some normalcy.
And are all the board members included in every discussion that is made?
Yeah, I think that comes with leadership and, mutual respect. I think that we do have that down there, and I think that everybody values everybody's input. I truly believe that. I mean, it's a high-quality board, and we function, meetings are lengthy, we're detailed, we go way into the weeds, and I think that's of value to the borough and to our community. We take the time and energy to look at every detail. And I think it shows in, our financial position is strong, our rates are low, our treatment of wastewater is outstanding. And, we have good collection system, processes in place, and people. That's truly what the board has done, for good people in good places.
Thank you. Anyone else on council have a question for Felix?
I have one more.
Okay.
Your collection system is going okay now?
Collections.
Yeah.
So yes, an industry term would be I&I, and it is it's a very tight system. Like the
Okay.
rain event, even the last storm event, we didn't see high I&I,
Okay.
and we saw little to none, really. We did remarkably well.
How are you doing with the billing system?
I'm sorry.
How are you doing with your billing system?
Billing system strong.
Okay.
We have probably one of the most equitable rate structures in the Montgomery County area. We really try to focus on making sure that we take care of those on fixed incomes
Okay.
and those commercial entities, that everybody pays their fair share. So yes, billing strong. We have a very low rate of uncollectibles, which we're being proactive on. And we took a pause during the
Right.
pandemic. to go after those that fell behind. In fact, we had a program in place to just let us know, like, if you lost your job, we'll shelf the bill until you
Right.
get your job back, is basically. So
Right, to
we're
assist
very
with
proactive.
those, to assist with those residents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, well, thank you, Felix. Thank you for your service up until now, and thank you for your continued interest in the Sewer Authority. We do appreciate it and appreciate everything you've done, so thank you. You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks,
Good evening,
Felix.
everybody.
The next item under new business is consider authorizing advertisement of an RFP for engineering services related to the CDBG. So I would be seeking from council this evening a motion to authorize advertisement of an RFP for engineering services related to the CDBG.
I'll make that
Program
motion.
project, sorry.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is unfinished business. The first item is consider approving the fiscal year 2022 proposed budget and advertise the same as duly required. So I will be seeking a motion from council.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next item is consider authorizing advertisement of an ordinance to levy real estate tax for 2022. If someone would be so inclined to make that motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The last item is consider approving Resolution 2021-30, authorizing and ratifying the emergency expenditure of funds for repairs to the storm sewer system. So the actual motion is to approve Resolution 2021-30, authorizing and ratifying the emergency expenditure of funds to repair to the storm sewer system on Popular Street. So if anyone is inclined for that motion,
I'll make that motion.
thank you.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone this evening for public comment? Okay. Brittany, do we have any? We don't. Okay. Mayor Aronson?
Okay, thank you, President Leonard.
You're welcome.
Had a busy couple of weeks. First off, Conshohocken and West Conshohocken held our Veterans Day services last Saturday. I know I speak for all of our residents and for council when I give our tremendous thanks to our veterans. I also want to give an especially big thank you to our Conshohocken VFW Post 1074 for leading these services, as well as ceremonies all over the area. We also had our community center staff put on a Thanksgiving lunch for our seniors with our council members helping to serve. It was certainly great to be back in person with our seniors. Next month, there will be a holiday lunch on Wednesday, December 8th. Residents can register or get more information by calling the community center at 610-828-3266. And we certainly look forward to seeing all of our seniors there and wishing you happy holidays in person. We also have our annual tree lighting next Friday, November 26th, 6 p.m. at Marywood Park. Conshohocken Ambucks helps us to put on this event every year. There'll be food, hot chocolate, trivia, prizes, and of course Santa. There's also some breaking news. We'll have our annual menorah lighting on Tuesday, November 30th, 5:30 p.m. at Marywood Park. This will be a public event, so please join us and Chabad of Lafayette Hill for our yearly celebration of Hanukkah. And then finally, we have our Santa around town. He's going to make his trip around the borough with our fire department on Saturday, December 11th, starting at 1 p.m. He will be accepting new toy donations that will be given to underprivileged families in our community. So we look forward to seeing them out there next month. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Mayor Aronson. Mr. Stokely?
I have nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Barton?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Ms. Kinsley?
Nothing, thanks.
Ike?
Yeah, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and be safe.
Thank you, Ike. Mr. Tino?
Nothing, thank you.
Vice President Sokolowski?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Okay, thank you. With that, I will say, meeting adjourned.